afternoon. We're here to carry on some stuff we were doing either back end of last week, I think. We talked about construction using... Oh, got a bit blurry. We talked about construction using just a pair of compasses. Today we're introducing a protractor. I will briefly remind how a protractor works. But we have got... I've got a lesson on measuring... I have got a lesson on measuring angles. So if you have any problems with that, do please go back and watch that lesson, because that's going to be useful as well. So if you can... yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to talk about measuring, constructing angles. And then we're going to talk about the two types of triangles we haven't looked at yet. We looked at SSS. We're going to look at ASA and SAS. And how to construct them accurately using a sharp pencil, pair of compasses, and with a protractor. So let's start cracking. So without further ado, I love the phrase "without further ado." It is one of my favourite phrases. We're going to go straight in and start in the whiteboard, as long as... Here we go. Oh, I'm so happy. It's worked. So you should have all your equipment with you today, and the equipment you'll need is as follows: a protractor and a ruler. I'm going to see if I can find a nice ruler to bring in with us. One that actually measures. This one will do. I don't like that one. Let's have a look at this one. Copy and come over here and paste it. Let's see. Problem with we've got to remember, this won't be exactly accurate because I've made it bigger. But we've got the two bits of equipment we need. So what we're going to do today, we're going to be constructing first of all angles, and then we're going to be constructing from that. We're going to be constructing some different triangles. First of all, good morning to, I'm guessing it's either Lucas or Lucas's younger sibling. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Nina. Good morning, Monica Rodriguez. I think that was Paul, if I remember rightly earlier. Good morning, anyone else who joins us. And then anyone who's not watching live, good morning to you too, or good afternoon to you too. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat below. Let's get cracking. So we'll start off, how would we construct an angle? Well, we've got the two bits of equipment we wanted. Let's first of all, how can we construct a 50-degree angle? Because it's only a 50-degree angle, it doesn't specify how long we want it. So I'm going to make it 9 centimeters long, and then we're going to move that out the way because we don't need the ruler for the moment. But we do want to make sure we've got the protractor. So we put the protractor on the end, like so. So you can see the little target in the middle is on the end of the angle. We want to do 50, so I'm going to put a notch at 50. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. There's my 50 notch. I then move my protractor out the way. We don't need it for now. I'm going to make this a bit smaller so it takes a bit much less space. We're then going to use the ruler, and I think I should be able to rotate this somehow. No idea how. I think I would have to do it manually, so I'm not going to. But what you can do is just get your ruler and draw a straight line from the angle you drew straight through where your notch is, and it's about there. That must be a 50-degree angle, and it's important you can do that because everything we're going to do today is underpinned by being able to accurately construct angles. So that's why I've gone through that first, because without being able to accurately construct angles, we won't be able to do ASA and SAS. Now, the reason I've focused on ASA and SAS is because they stand for, whereas the last one was side, 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 we're going to have them today standing for angle, side, angle. And you've probably guessed, but side, angle, side. So side, angle, side. So we're constructing two types of angles which involve protractors. So let's do one to show us what we're talking about. This one is going to be 40 degrees, 7 centimetres, 60 degrees. I'm going to go through just an example without any explanation, then we'll see if there needs any questions, and then I'll just clarify what it was I did. So, let's do this silent explanation so you can watch and not have to listen to my random musings while I'm doing it. I'm aware a video in silence is not as interesting, so let's try and make it so I'm still talking waffle, but I'm not doing explanations. So I'll just let's move that out the way. Notice I haven't explained anything. I've just been doing. And then put a tick there. Then I'm going to introduce this. Come to the end. Doesn't seem to want to go exactly there. There we go. And then I want 40 degrees. Put that. Move this out the way. Draw a line. And then put this. And then I can tick that off. I will be explaining everything I'm doing, but I want you to have a chance to watch first so that you can see if you can work out what the rules are or what the process is yourself without having me talking over what I'm doing. And put put a notch there. Move it out the way, and finally. Now, let's just summarise what you've seen. So, what I did is I first of all drew the 7 centimetre line along the bottom. That gave me the basis for the side bit. So I started with the side, so I had something to work with. Then I went to each end and did a different angle at each end. I'm going to mark on which I did. I did 40 degrees from this side and 60 degrees from this side. That way it says 4760, just like it says at the top, 4760. To measure the angle, it's just as I at the start of the lesson showed you how to do. You construct the angle by putting the protractor on the end of the line, measuring round, putting a notch. Now this is the big bit. You do not rub these bits out. I know it feels like you should. These are construction lines and they stay there to show how you did it. You may want to go over slightly thicker, so this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make it slightly thicker and I'm going to go over here to show my actual triangle. We're having fun here. It's decided to go exploring, but here we go. That I don't know why. A setting appears to have been. Maybe I've broken it. I may have broken my thing. I hope not. Weird. Who knows what that is? But if you're going over here, and you can see I've made it thicker, but I've left the construction lines in. So that is how we do ASA. I'm just going to have a quick look and see if there's any questions. Nina, okay, you're just helping each other out. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. That's the sort of wonderful response I expect from pupils when anyone struggles, everyone else chips in and helps out. So that is ASA. There's no more complicated than that. It's just angle, side, angle. And in fact, you will probably find the next bit quite easy too. Side, angle, side. First of all, give an example. Side angle size 6 centimeters, 50 degrees. Why are you doing that? I need to find a setting because that hasn't been doing this ever since I've been started doing this. But now it's just, can you see how it's changed a setting somehow so that when I'm close to the pen, just like a normal pencil, it's touching down. Very odd. I don't know how to stop it doing it either. Oh, the joys. I wonder if it's this setting. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we want to go back to the previous page and grab our protractor. And probably grab our ruler as well. So that's here. Now, we start off, the way I do this is I start with I normally use the longest line. You don't have to, but I feel it's best to do the longest line. I'm going to just measure a 7 centimetre line. And, let's do it again. 7 centimetre line. And move this out the way for a second. Now, this is where it's slightly different because we are going to do our 50 degree line just the same as we did before, which I thought was see-through, but apparently isn't. Order, send to the back. Now it will work. As you can see, there's lots of things that as doing these videos, you just have to be really careful to get things right. It doesn't seem to like that at all. Of course, this doesn't work if you can't actually put the thing. There we go. Now we want 50 degrees, so I'm going to click on that and add 50 degrees. This is the only bit that's different. So I've done that. Then this can go out the way, it's done with. I'm now going to open my protractor. Now my compass, sorry. There's the point. This is not at all annoying. And 6 centimeters. And there's the compass, which I was drawing last lesson. Because once you've opened it up like that, we're going to put the point on this end as well. I will have to investigate why this is happening, because it's really annoying. I'm sure it'll be a setting or something. I've clicked on the pen. Sorry if this is ruining the video for people. What we're going to do is we're going to measure, putting the thing on there. It's almost undoable, and it's really frustrating because I've been using this fine for 8 weeks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in. That's the standard way of fixing things in the IT world, isn't it? And where are you? Here we go. No, that's done nothing. Please forgive me for this video. It's been terrible because of this. You're going to put an arc 6 centimeters from the end, then draw a line from the point through your notch, making it look a bit like a bow and arrow shape. That allows you to then get a line and join from the point where it crosses to the end. So what you've effectively been able to do by doing this is do the same thing we did before, but we had to measure the 6 centimeters from the other end. So we got 7, and then we label it all. 7 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and the angle was 50 degrees. So that's how that works. So you're doing angle, side angle side here, SAS, and this is how this works. I do apologise, Paul. There is no point sitting here saying to me, I have no idea what we're doing in the lesson. You're not helping yourself or anyone else just sitting there saying, I've no idea. If you need to go back to the start of the lesson, feel free to do so. There's no point you being part of a lesson where you just tell everyone that you don't understand any of it. If you've got an actual question, I'm more than happy to answer it. My job here as a teacher is to try and help you answering questions, but you cannot be passive. You cannot sit there just saying, I don't know what I'm doing. There's no point. You won't gain anything. So please, can I request, I'm completely friendly request, please can I make a friendly request to stop saying things like, I'm not here, I have no idea what I'm doing. Ask a question by all means. I'm more than happy to help you with it. So what I've done here is calculated side angle side, SA, S, and that is what we're trying to do here. I'm sorry that the pen has not made this easy to work with. I will investigate whether I've actually broken the pen or whether I need to get a new one. But thank you for bearing with me today. I hope you've learned something. Anyone who's got any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below the video, or send an email to me. I'm sorry, it was planned to be a much better lesson than this, but as you can tell, I had problems with it. Every time I've tried to draw, that works fine. Look. As soon as I then try and do things, I've had other bits where it's just been staying stuck down. There we go. As soon as I say it, it stops happening. Thank you so much for bearing with me in this video. I might re-record this and do it as a video just to show you, because I don't like it when you go live and things go wrong. It's not pleasant. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Mr. Harris. You haven't. This is exactly what you need to do, Nina. That is all you had to do. Thank you very much for bearing this in mind. I'm sorry it wasn't a very well done lesson. I've done my best, but technology's let me down. I'm going to go away and investigate what I can do about that. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been Mr. Harris. You haven't. Take care of yourself.